All right, we're doing it. Doing it. We back out in the jungle doing it, much less. I'm gonna wait for y'all to wake up and join us. We are back out in the jungle with a morning message. I gotta warm up my voice a little bit. You gonna drink this? All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning message. My name is Alami Bashir. I welcome y'all to the morning messages. I'm an intuitive self-mastery coach. I specialize in teaching people how to reconnect with their intuition. Yep, so they can make more confident decisions. And a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm trying to find my right lighting and my right setup. We do this morning message every weekday, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. We do a live intuitive message. I don't know. I don't know what you came to do. I don't know what you came to do, but I'm going to pull some cards and see where it takes us today. I don't know where the message is going to go. Each day is happening in real time with me and you. So before we get started, let me start by adjusting my wardrobe because that feels necessary. Huh?
Do you know when you're old? Remember I was looking for you.
Yeah. Yeah. In that little plastic. Hold, please. And this. All right. Good morning. Drinking some, I won't say it's fresh hibiscus tea. It's probably a couple days old. Couple days, more than a couple days, Vic says. It's not gonna kill me, it's a flower. But I was saying, good morning, Crystal. I was saying, one, welcome back to the jungle. Okay.
Welcome back to the jungle.
I don't think that's quite how the song goes, but we're gonna just end it there. Welcome back to the jungle. Yeah. As you can see, Vic and I are up early with all the shenanigans. I don't want to waste a lot of time with too much of an intro because it's really not about me and what I do. But if you want to go to begreateveryday.com, I do invite you to do that. Does it work?
Hell yeah. Book for discovery, learn the human design, subscribe, follow Alami.
So it goes right to the.
Follow Alami.
Oh, it goes. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah.
It goes to the link tree?
Yeah, you did it right. These are relevant. These are very fucking relevant.
But it has.
It don't matter. What it have? What you gonna complain about? Ain't that you? Ain't that what you do?
Yeah. So it goes where?
To this link tree. Yeah, with the new look on.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Cannot. All surprise and shit.
I was like, oh yeah, for real.
Oh.
That's what it's supposed to do. All right, we gonna catch y'all up later. We gonna pull some cards. Let's see. Clearly, I feel like dancing, dancing, dancing. Dun, dun, dun. She's a dancing machine. I have a song in my heart. I got a rhythm in my spirit. I got pep in my step. That's what I feel today on this morning message. And I feel like that's a good vibe for all of us, quite honestly. It feels like this is a perfect lead in to the message today. They want to say segue. It's a perfect segue into the message today. So if you're new here, I welcome you. I thank you for joining. I hope you sit down and or drive or stand up or whatever you're doing with joy in your heart and a really open and listening ear. Um, these are collective messages, so I could be talking to you or whoever you're with, but I feel cha-ching. I feel money. I feel good times. I know I've been saying this. I've been saying this. I know I've been saying this. I've been feeling it. I'm looking for it too. Like, where, okay, okay. I feel like, but I'm just hearing like messages of cha-ching. Okay. It's like cash registers. Okay. So it's given like, you know, if you looking for some money to come in, the money's coming in. Okay. And so it's like, you know, some shit had to happen first. Some shit has to, um, I want to say die down. And that feels like a loaded message is what that feels like. It feels like, uh, you know, for some of you, it might be somebody, it might be a loss. I'll tell you that, but it won't be an unexpected one. It feels like it's like an elder or somebody you might anticipate is going to transition soon. That might bring in some money. Okay. That's not how we like to quote make our money, but you know, it might bring in a little bit of increase for some of you. There's also this energy of like just opportunity, just like abundance, just like, you know, it's like you feel popular, like people, everybody wants to work with you or ask you to do something with them that's going to bring in an income stream, you know, whether it's through some kind of grant funding or it's some kind of paid opportunity, like you do contract work or some seasonal work. It's given like money and opportunity coming in, okay? And it feels like in a way you might least expect or not expect at all. It is just like, it just feels like a lot of growth potential. And so you can tell it makes me like real active. Like I want to dance. Like I'm like, you know, like it feels like happy dance. You know, you shuffle your feet in the church house kind of dance. So yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of growth potential right now, okay? For some of you, it might take you to another location. It might take you to an exotic place. It might take you into travel. You might have to travel as a part of it. Um, yeah, it just feels like opportunity. A lot of opportunity and potential travel opportunity, okay? And travel don't necessarily mean you go into like a far, far place. But it does feel like, you know, it feels vacation-y. Okay. It does give like a like vacation vibe, like somewhere you would go to vacation. But you go to work. I love that for you. Okay. So, I don't have a background message yet, but I do have a card. It says change maker. Hey girl, hey. It says change maker make waves. Okay. I swear I'm trying to keep from like acting a whole fool as if I haven't already, but I kind of keep trying to subdue my joy. Like I wanna, I wanna dance. Vic didn't see that. I wanna dance. I wanna be joyful. I wanna be gleeful is the word I wanna use. Like that's not even a word that I use is gleeful. But like, you know, the essence of that is just like, I'm just so happy. It's like joy, okay? Change maker make waves. So it does feel like doing like you get acknowledgement for standing out. You get acknowledgement for doing something different or for doing something in a particular way that's unique to you or your style. It does feel occupational in nature. So it does feel like this is all kind of abundance coming in through work related activities or something affiliated with work potential. Yeah. Um, the energy of make waves feels very important. They say no two waves are alike. You know, I have uh, a new surfer friend, and I've heard, not this person, but I've heard someone else say, no two waves are alike, you know. Or they say no two snowflakes are the same. It's that same kind of energy. It's like change maker make waves. It's like go out and do what you do, how you do it, even if there's other people that you can compare what you do to. Meaning, even if you have, quote, competition in the marketplace, or you have somebody else who's in the lead or in the running for whatever it is this opportunity is, it's like very much be yourself, be unique, be one who's willing to stand out, okay? Be one who's willing to go against the grain. It's like make waves, set your mark. You know, it's like very much put your thumbprint on things. You know, if it's an opportunity, if it's a position or a job or something work related, it's like don't go into it trying to do it how everybody else do it. Do it how you do it, okay? Approach it how you would approach it, with your unique style and flair, okay? Um, yeah, okay. But it's very much, I get an energy of like go against the grain, like make waves. You know, if you're kind of going with the flow, there's a calm and a peace. And ordinarily that's what we're seeking. But when it comes to impact, sometimes we have to go against the grain in order to make impact. We have to uproot what is currently there and bring something new to it. Okay. We have to be disruptive in that way. Okay. In order to be impactful. So don't be afraid to be disruptive, okay, is what I want to say. Don't be afraid to be disruptive. Okay. 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 So, I still don't feel like that's the background energy though. I don't feel like that's the background of this message. It's not about just being a change maker. Um, It feels like it's, I mean, it is about that, but it feels like it's more about like impact. Okay. Where we can create impact is where we create revenue. Okay, is what I'm hearing. It's a very specific message. Where you can create impact, you create revenue. So I don't know what you do and how you do it. Okay. But it's like, regardless of whatever money stands to be an opportunity for you, is irregardless of the money, it's like you will get rewarded for the impact and transformation that you can create. So, this is a very specific messages. So clearly, it's given the vibes of. I feel like I want to use the word consultant. Okay, like consultancy. So that's a very specific message. Some of you have 9 to 5s and you ain't thinking nothing about consulting with nobody, but maybe you should. This message is here. If you hear it, it's within reach for you. And so it's a lot of energy around consultancy, okay? Regardless of what you do, it's like consultancy means that you have a specialized skill or you have a breadth and depth of information that you are willing to hire out in exchange for money, okay? People pay you for what you know or what you can help them do, okay? Or what you can do. Usually consultancy is passing on information, okay? It may require some applied application, but in its very least, it's passing on information. People consult with you to find out what you know, or they may consult with you to find out what you can do, okay? And so even if you've got a 9 to 5 and you've never really thought about like contracting yourself out, what's up, J Money? You've never really thought about kind of contracting yourself out for hire for a specialized skill that you get paid a W-2 for, or, you know, a check for. It's like you might think about that instead of just going to work for somebody in your next opportunity. Maybe you think about consultancy and what that might look like. Okay. All right. Yeah. And there's a lot of energy around that, okay? So again, I feel like this is not just about being a change maker. It is, you know, but it's really about being impactful. What you do and what you know is impactful. So people will pay you for it, okay? Whatever it is that you do, people will pay you for the impact you bring. Maybe you're a great organizer. Maybe you're a great teacher. Maybe you're a great coach. Maybe you're a great facilitator. You know, maybe you're a great entertainer, you're a great DJ, you know, like you're great at doing hair. Whatever it is you do, whatever you know how to do, people will pay you for the information, okay? Or the service, okay? And I'm hearing or the good. Those of you who have actual products and goods, it's like through consultancy, you can also sell goods, okay? Now, how? I'll give you an example. I'm like, as I'm hearing this, I'm like, oh, really? So, but I actually did do this once. One of my consulting projects, I was hired to create well, this particular one, I was hired to create programming for um, unhomed individuals as a part of this nonprofit I was working with who worked with unhomed individuals, aka homeless. And I say unhomed because what I learned in that journey is that certain people choose to be unhomed. It's not by circumstance. We usually think of homeless as people who are homeless by circumstance, and there are folks who actually choose to be unhomed in certain periods of their life. I digress. I was working with this organization, and I was creating programming and doing coaching with their community. I was doing some, life and career coaching with their community. And then that led into an opportunity to sell merchandise, which I had at the time some apparel, some t-shirts and sweatshirts and inspirational apparel, which shout out to Be Great Every Day, the apparel, lifestyle and apparel line. Okay, that's coming soon. That's why you see that on the banner here is all of these things are being rebirthed. I digress. My point being, that was an opportunity that came about through consultancy. Okay. Hi, Angel. So all things are possible. Okay. All the things are possible. So, um, yeah, everybody in here needs to think about consultancy. Are there any consultants in here? Throw a heart in the chat if you're already a consultant. Okay. Um, So it's like they want me to break this down some more. Okay. It's like y'all need to know why consultancy is a thing. Okay. So, uh, companies are downsizing. Everybody is. Everybody's trying to trim the fat and do the most with the least at every level. And so, as a result, and we see this, of course, in certain sectors already, as a result of that trimming of the fat, as they say, that means that people are losing their jobs. Okay. Yes, but it also means that there are other kinds of jobs that are being birthed, i.e., consultancy. Okay. So, shout out to everybody in my audience. I have a wide fan base, quote unquote, if you will, a large, um, a wide ranging demographic when it comes to who taps into this type of content. I tend to find that people who are a little bit more mature, probably over the age of 30 for sure, maybe even 40 in some cases or more. But I tend to find that my demographic either is working full time, either consulting full time or maybe even part time, because many folks are well into their careers to have discovered that they want to do something different. Okay. Even if that's not you, and this is something, a new idea that's being presented to you literally in real time, this idea of consulting with organizations, it's a good time to follow this content, because this is the kind of content that I'm going to continue to talk about, is not just how to become a better person, but also how to become a more impactful and a more dynamic professional. So this is a good day to probably take a little bit of notes as we are talking about this in detail. Okay. So talking about being an impactful consultant. Okay. Someone paying you for information that you know, or products or goods or services that you have that can be impactful. These are the kinds of opportunities that are going to continue to become more readily available as companies are downsizing and truly reducing their workforce to what is most essential, and any other service that is, quote, non-essential will be contracted in for hire. Okay. So what that looks like is, those of you who have specialized skills in different types of specialized, I love that, Angel, that's great. Um, those who have specialized skills in unique industries, will be in high demand. Okay. For instance, I don't know. Uh, as an example, If you are someone who wants to become a life coach of some variety, whether it's a wellness coach, a fitness coach, a life coach, a business coach, um, you want to be any kind of lifestyle or health and wellness coach, these are opportunities that are going to become abundantly available as companies trim back certain aspects of their programming, okay? I.e., DEI, okay? IEDEI, as those types of positions are moved around and moved away, that births a new need for programming and for support in these organizations. So that support starts to look like all kinds of things. It could look like courses, it could look like workshops, it could look like coaching, one-on-one coaching. It could look like speaking. It could look like book selling, okay? It could look like some kind of wellness conference, retreat, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, okay? The possibilities are literally endless in terms of the ways in which you can produce support to an organization as a consultant, okay? Oftentimes and I'm not just talking about people who want to do like talk therapy or talk coaching, that kind of mode. There's art therapy that can be introduced as wellness, okay? Art therapy includes the creative arts, the studio arts, the fine arts, the all kind of electronic media arts, digital arts. It's all kind of arts, okay, that can be introduced as wellness, okay. So there's no end to this, okay. In its essence, wellness is absolutely a growing and vibrant platform by which to build a consultancy business, okay. Whether you're a business coach or someone who has tremendous business knowledge and savvy. To be honest, anybody can be a coach if you're brave enough, I always say. And the bravery of some people in the marketplace is quite scary. The people who call themselves coaches who are not actually qualified to perform the service. However, there's so many more of you who are qualified and who do know and do have a refined skill set that is marketable in a coaching marketplace. So I love that for us. Okay. And maybe this is where this income is coming from. Okay. Unfortunately, for some of you, it will come associated with some type of loss, but it does not feel like an unexpected one, if that gives you any reprieve. I don't know. We'd have to have a one-on-one to know what's what for each of you. But I want to say that's a very, 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 very small population. And the by and large overarching message is that there's growth and increase that's coming from your what feels like cultivated opportunities, okay? It's something that comes like what feels like out of nowhere, but you've actually been working and building toward it, okay? So, again, we have to do a one-on-one to get more specific to each of your journeys, but it still just feels like good shit popping, okay? Big shit popping, okay? Hold on, I need water. I need water. So, only one of you has been thinking about being a consultant? Well, maybe this is a cue for you to start looking more in that direction. Okay. And I'm noticing, I was going to pull a card, but I can't help but notice this one as I'm talking about moving in that direction. And I feel like I should see more responses in the comments. I feel like more of you, because all of you are hearing this message, so it's literally all of you who are hearing this message. This is a call to action to consider consultancy. This is an additional income stream. It's not about quitting your job if you're worried about that. It's about creating other opportunity. And it feels seamless. It feels like something that just comes in like it's in flow, But the challenge is that something maybe you haven't done before and maybe provokes a little bit of insecurity. So you don't even look at yourself as someone who could, quote, do something like that. Okay. anybody can get paid to know some shit, okay? And you'd be surprised what you know that most people don't know, okay? You know, people think things have to be complicated or complex. Like, think of something as simple as this. You know, if in the area where you live, where you're most familiar, and you know this area like the back of your hand, you take for granted that you know this area like the back of your hand. Meanwhile, somebody in the world is trying to plan a trip to where you're coming, and they have the slightest clue about what to do, where to go, how to get there, who to talk to, and what should I be mindful of. They don't have the slightest clue. This is information that you have readily and simply, and like everybody here knows that. Like, but think about who doesn't know it. And someone would actually pay you to be a quote consultant via a tour guide or just a source of information or a human contact to be able to get guided information and trusted knowledge and all the shit you take for granted that, you know, someone would be willing to pay hundreds of dollars to get this information. And I'll give you an example. I live here in Costa Rica, and I've learned this area like the back of my hand. And now if I were to start creating offers about how to relocate here, people would pay me money for just knowing the information that I just casually know just by living here. Same is true for you, no matter where you live. Somebody needs the information. Just to show you how simply these things happen, where we just have a body of knowledge that we take for granted that is actually monetizable. Okay. I'm here for the consultation as a means. Please pay me for what I know. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So, you know, this is confirmation for all of you. It's definitely confirmation for all of you, but this card said rise, and it's very much giving, you know, gotta rise to the occasion, okay? It's like, it's supposed to feel a little bit out of reach. You might feel a little bit intimidated by it. You might feel a little unqualified for it, but you are. I mean, you are. You are. All right, I want to pull some more. I put the deck away, but I actually want to pull some more on this one. Okay. And it's given like this is kind of open, and it's not even a question of should you or can you. It's like, okay, well, so when you getting started? Okay, today's day one. Congratulations, you just got hired by yourself. Okay, what you about to do next? Who you want to work with? Okay, what information have people been asking you about already? Okay, you've already been getting the signs, symbols, and clues that the information is of value. What do people keep repeatedly asking you for? Or asking you to do? Asking you what you know about something. There's something already that's happening. This is where that daily self-reflection comes in. It's like you're having conscious conversations with people, but you're unconsciously responding. And so you don't remember and you don't pay attention to the nuances. But you're already being asked for something. You're already being consulted with. You're just not getting paid for it. What is it? If you know what it is, put it in the chat. Today is day one of your job. First day on the job. We had this card the other day. It says celebrate your wins. Okay. And those of you who might be like pondering this whole conversation, like, what the hell is Alami talking about? Like, you know, I work in security. Like, you know, why I can't be a consultant? No one would hire me to consult with them. To hell they wouldn't. Okay. It's contract work for security. Yeah. Consulting is a fancy word for I will provide X service or X information or X application in exchange for a particular rate. That is it. It's work for hire. That is it. Instead of going through a company, they go right to you. That's it. It's not complex. It's not complex. It does require you to establish some relationship or a process of establishing relationship with organizations that can hire you, but that's not hard either. There are relationships. There's people that you meet. They find out what you do. You let them know you can offer it, And it's just that simple. That's how opportunities are born. It's not complex. It doesn't have to be overthought. You already have people that you know that need what you have to offer, that they would be willing to put you on with their organizations. Like, this is not hard. Okay? So I say, right? Meanwhile, you're like, oh my God, I just don't know. How can I do it? Oh my God. I get it. You know, I think back to before I started taking contract work. My first contract, my very first contract was actually with my employer at the time. I was working at the school district, and they were my first contract. What was the first thing I did for them? I can't remember the very first thing. I did something first, and then the second thing was to rewrite their new student orientation. That's what I did. I rewrote their new student orientation. And that was like a week's worth of curriculum. That was my very first contract, and I had to do the training of this facilitator, so that was a whole other thing. It was a very sound contract. And so it wasn't hard to get this opportunity. I was already working in one of the institutions, so I already had kind of a track record and a reputation that was positive that helped me to get the opportunity. But once I had, after that, quit that job and had to go out in the big bad world, I did have to do some particular things to now start to develop my own relationships with certain organizations. And this is the kind of information that people would pay me for, but I'm going to tell you very readily. People would pay me to learn how to be a consultant. Excuse me. And people do pay me to learn how to be a consultant. But again, I'll give you this. So one of the things that I did in order to kind of introduce myself to the community was that I had a launch party. I had a launch party at a popular place in Sacramento, and that's where I was at the time. And I invited some of the who's who of the area. So it's a small town. It's easy to kind of know who the key people and players are. And I invited all of them. Did they all show? No. Okay, but a few did, in addition to some beloved friends and family and just, you know, people in my network that were supportive. They all came. I did an interactive launch party where I gave them a sample of what it is that I did as a coach. And really just, I had probably 4 or 5 different stations of activities where they could engage in some kind of thought-provoking question, and they provide an answer, or some kind of interactive art. I won't begin to try to describe it to you, but it was an interactive art exercise that allowed them to kind of flesh out certain opinions about their life. There was another interactive station that, anyways, there was a lot of different interactive kinds of moments where I was questioning them and where they are in their life. One of the activities was a big poster board that said, "Live your best life now." And then at the bottom, it said, "What are you waiting for?" To where all the guests had to go and write on the board, what are they waiting for? What's pulling them back or holding them back from living their best life? So I say all this to give you some sparked ideas of how to create impact in the beginning of showing people how you create impact. Getting people thinking, beginning people questioning, offering strategy at a launch party is a great way for people to kind of taste test, get familiar with your brand, your mission, your vision, what you're trying to do with people in community. And then, of course, they will be readily informed of what you do and potentially able to give you that word of mouth referral. That's what happened for me. Okay, I invited some of the key right people who then, it took maybe 6 months. I think I got my first contract after that. It took about 6 months, but it also led to a 6-figure deal. So in total, it led to about just under 6 figures, $93,000 is what I made. So I say that to say that, and that was off just those projects. So it's very lucrative. It very much is relationship based in terms of getting your foot in the door. And if you're hearing this message, it means that you already have pre-established relationships that you can leverage, okay? And some of them you just have to circle back to because they're not people in your current network, but they're people in your past history, but not maybe in your current network, okay? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's given circle back is what I'll just say. Okay, needing to circle back to some stuff and some people. Circle back. Okay, so there's opportunity to be had, kids. Okay, and all you got to do is just keep making steps in that direction, and it's gonna unfold for you. Okay. It's not even a question of can it work out? Like, will it work out? It will work out. Just lean into it and walk toward it and watch it unfold right in front of you. Okay. The best thing that you can do right now is to start to clarify what it is that you want to talk about or share or offer, okay? Notice I didn't say sell, okay? What do you want to talk about, share, or offer, okay? What is the impact? What is the problem? What are the pain points that you want to address, okay? What is it that you want to target in your effort to transform or change, okay? Get clear about that. Okay, that's what people will pay you for. They're paying you for something that is transformative or impactful. Okay, so get clear about what it is and how it is, and that's going to sell it. Okay, when you're clear about what it is and how it is, that means you can tell it, and then you're going to sell it. Okay, so yeah, okay. So I'm just sitting here playing with these cards, and we'll go with this one. So the card says Creator Earth, okay, Creator Earth. And in this deck, there's like 4, maybe 5 actually, Creator cards, and they each have, there's 4. No, I think there's 5, because there's one for each element, air, earth, fire, water. This one is Creator Earth. So this is about things that are grounded, okay? Earth is about like things that have a firm stability, a firm sense of stability, a stable foundation. I feel like this is an energy of creating something that has a stable foundation. And so what does that mean? That means that you vetted it, you've proofed it, you've validated it, you know it works, you have receipts and testimonials. It's not just, ideas and imagination, but it's evidence based, okay? That what you do is impactful, that it is transformative, that it makes a difference, that it makes things easier, it makes it go faster, whatever the change is that whatever you do offers. It's like it works, okay? So Creator Earth feels like making sure that you ground whatever your offer is or whatever it is that you think you want to make for hire, okay? It's grounding that offer in practicality. It's grounding it in science, okay? It's evidence-based, okay? And when I say science, science could be, verbal testimonials, okay? That is qualitative data, okay? Verbal testimonials. Oh, it worked for me. I feel great after. That's qualitative information. But if you have actual factual data, and obviously someone's lived testimonial is a fact for them, but factual meaning that, 7 out of 10 people responded like this when I did that, okay? It's like, 1 in 4 people are likely to experience this when that happens. Making sure that you're able to connect whatever it is that you do or offer or sell with an outcome, okay? So again, this is free business coaching for those of you who want to go into consulting. Those of you who are really interested to do this work and learn more and go deeper, I do invite you into our Monday session this next Monday, March the 3rd. We're offering human design and business success. And this is the kind of stuff I'm going to be talking about, is how to leverage yourself in the marketplace, like yourself, what your secret sauce is and what you bring to a thing, how to actually leverage that in making whatever your offers are more desirable, how to leverage who you are in making more money in your workplace and improving your relationships in your workplace. So that increases your, as they say, your network. Net worth is found in your network. You know, learning your human design will help you to become a better networker, literally, a better relationship builder. So aside from all the things, I just want to make sure I remind you all that we have this kind of support. This is the kind of support that Vic and I offer within the encouragement company and our life coaching, our leadership coaching, our business coaching. We support people who support people. So I do invite you guys again to go to begreateveryday.com. 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 All right. Next card says, this is interesting. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Okay. What the hell? Okay. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. And so we're talking about being an impactful change maker, particularly doing it as a consultant. This is a very specific message. Again, it ain't for everybody because everybody won't hear this, but if you're listening, it is food for thought for you to consider is what it might look like to hire yourself as a consultant, okay? This card says, fill your cup with sacred giggles. And when I see this card, this always reminds me of when you make plans, you know, God laughs. It reminds me of that adage. Anytime we think we are in control of our life and we know exactly where we're headed and what direction things are going, it's like, here comes the monkey wrench of life that is always our higher power, just, you know, refining things in all the most uncomfortable ways possible to make us feel like we've been thrown off track, which really just not, it sets us on track. But you know, when you think you've got it figured out, God is laughing. Okay. That's what I get from this card. It's like, those of you who are like, consultancy, you know, that's not really what I saw, but okay. It's like anytime you think you really charted a course for yourself is when our higher power comes in to refine it. And so I just feel like this is not about, you know, humor in its literal sense, but it is about taking life with like a bit of humor, you know, a bit of lightheartedness, that when it's time to pivot in a direction that feels more aligned, that you just do that. And you know, it's like, okay, I'm going to trust the process. I know that's not easy to do, but to surrender and to trust the process, that whatever pivot or whatever monkey wrench or whatever unexpected opportunity comes forth, it's like it's aligned, okay? It's aligned. It may feel like a stretch. It may feel a little uncomfortable. It might feel a little bit too new, but it's aligned, okay? It's aligned. And you're like, God, you think I can do this? Like me, I can do the things? Like, that's funny. You're like, no, you can. You actually can, okay? You actually can. All right. I've been standing a long time, and now my legs and stuff is hurting. Okay. Sorry, I just gotta whine and complain for a second. Just for a second. Oh.
You okay?
Everything is sore. I did some bike riding. I did that hill like 3 times yesterday. Oh.
I hope she was okay then.
Huh?
I hope she's okay.
Oh, she gonna be alright. I told her, you know, God be slowing shit down in mysterious ways. So sometimes we gotta get slowed down. No, I know, but you know, it's not what we're trying to do. It's not how this works. Why did this card come out yesterday? Look at this card. Huh?
It's like an amoeba.
You said it looks like an amoeba. Okay, we'll go with that. It's an amoeba.
Amoeba is like a single cell life form.
Wikipedia says an amoeba is, I call her Wikipedia,
It's like a simple cell life form.
a simple cell life form. Who told you
I learned it.
that? Okay. Thank you for that.
You be playing. You see, you be fronting on me, trying to you low key be hating on me. But
Thank you for that. I don't know why we got it, but thank you.
You said it looked like I was responding.
It's an amoeba. The card says, attacking others is an attack on myself. I choose to release this now. Attacking others is an attack on myself. I choose to release this now. So I don't know why my brain goes to this in this card message in a particular way, but every time my brain just switches to this particular narrative around this message. It's in particular, as we're talking about not just putting yourself out there and becoming a change maker that is, a leader of impact, but this as a consultant particularly. Okay, it's like some of us don't pursue a thing because we're like, oh, other people already do it. It's like it's not special enough. I'm not special enough to do it because other people are already doing it, and I don't know that I'll be competitive with them. It's like this energy to naturally compare. And I say naturally, I don't know how natural it actually is, but I'll just hold space for that, is how it's coming through channeled. It's a natural reaction to compare where you fare in relationship to where someone else fares if you're in the same race, okay? It's just it's a natural, you love it here, Alicia, I love it. I love it here too, it's so great. But it's a natural reaction to compare yourself to other people or to think about yourself in relationship to other people. It's a natural thing, okay? Now, does it serve you? It depends. If you're comparing and you see yourself on the upper end of it, then that usually is a boost of confidence, right? But if you're comparing and then you see yourself as being devoid of something that you feel like you need or should have, then there's a different experience you get with it. So in general, though, this card is saying attacking others is an attack on myself. I don't feel like it's necessarily about like tearing somebody down to big yourself up. I don't feel like it's necessarily saying that. I feel like it's more speaking to like if I have to, it's a nuance. Yes, sometimes people tear others down to make themselves feel better. I don't feel like that's what this is saying, though. I feel like it's more saying that when you compare yourself to others, you lose the value of yourself, whether it's like whether you come out on the high end or not. Anytime you compare yourself to another person, you lose your value. Okay, so it's like to look at someone else, and even if you're like, good job, they're doing it, but I don't know if you're like, it's like you don't have to be tearing them down in order for this comparison to be destructive. Anytime you compare is destructive because it naturally diminishes your value. I hope that is expressed clearly. Okay. Anytime you compare, you're diminishing your value. Whether you're saying, oh, I'm bigger than them and I'm better than them or not, you're diminishing your value by comparing because there's no comparison. You can't be compared to. It's not even a thing. You're you. Nobody else is you. Only you can be you. And only you can be you well. Nobody else can copy you, can take what you have and try to do what you do any better than you. Like, you are your secret weapon, okay? And so it doesn't serve you to diminish your value by looking at yourself in relationship to any other entity anywhere. It does not serve you, okay? So it says, attacking others is an attack on myself. I choose to release this now. Yeah, it is about don't tear other people down to big yourself up, but greater than that is don't compare yourself to anybody. Stop comparing yourself to people. There's no comparison, literally. I have twins. I had 2 babies at the same time, and they are nothing alike. They could never be compared to each other. Even if they looked, I have different genders, so that helps, right? But even if they were identical twins, they still can't replace each other. They can't. There's something called a spirit that makes us distinctly different from one another. And then that spirit is an energy flow. And while people may have a very similar energy flow, no one can do it like you. Period. Period. Okay? No one. Okay. Giving thanks and valuing this platform an opportunity to learn and be great on the way. I love that. Be great every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Sorry. Okay, I'm kind of low key doing a little stretching. You see my leg flying back? My shit is sore. Yeah, we do all kind of shit on this platform. Okay, we stretch, we dance, we sing off key, we talk shit, we love, we laugh. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, and did I say we stretch? And we twerked yesterday.
Really?
I'm trying to show them you can't see everything. Try to show them doing my inner child work. Okay, they can't see.
Bob's Burgers now loading.
Bob's Burgers now loading. Leave me alone. All right, we're moving on to the next card. Shout out to all my business consultants, all my budding business consultants, all of my newly imagined business consultants as of today. Like, oh, I never thought about that, but let me see. Yeah, you should think about that, okay? Because again, there's going to be plenty of opportunity that's going to continue to arise, particularly in the health and wellness sector, okay? And most anything can relate back to health and wellness because wellness is the key to everything. Our health and fitness, our money, our career, our relationships, what we do for our social life and entertainment value. It's like all of that tracks back to wellness, okay? So, I'd imagine there's not too many things that you all do that can't be tracked back to wellness in some particular way, okay? Even if you're an oil rigger, okay, and you're just an oil rigger, well, you can be a consultant, okay, and on multiple different levels, okay. You, without even knowing one thing about oil rigging, you might say, I can be an oil rigger consultant to leaders who are working in the oil rigger, okay, or their staff. Do some staff development for the oil riggers. I'm gonna work out the staff developers, the staff on the work the oil rigs. It's like there's so many opportunities. Okay, and we talk about government contracting. Okay, I'm not particularly interested in working with the government, but you might, because there's a lot of opportunity there. There's going to be a lot more contracting opportunities available there. Okay, and that's by design too. And we won't open the doors to that conversation, but that's a whole other thing. Is trimming the fat in the government just opens up the contracting opportunities, and that's the whole plan: is to let the rich get richer. So. Those of you who are trying to go and get your certifications as a woman-owned business and a black-owned business, I'm sorry to tell you those things don't matter no more. But the good news is there's other opportunities that might be of your interest. Okay, even outside of government and city agencies. You can contract with any organization, for profit or nonprofit, any organization. Okay. For profit or nonprofit. There's a lot of opportunity in the nonprofit space. They apply for a lot of government funding and a lot of local funding streams they have access to as well. So contracting with a nonprofit is not that hard of a opportunity to gather when you start developing relationships. So again, these are the kind of people you would want to invite to your quote launch party if this is something that you're interested to pursue. I'm gonna stop there. Those of you who want more information about how to really build a business consultancy, you won't find out all those details on Monday because that particular session is focused on learning human design and how to leverage it in business. It's not about how to be a consultant. But if this is something that you want to explore and some information that you find valuable, I'm happy to work with you on it. And I do offer intuitive business consultations as a result. Okay. So if you want to go to begreateveryday.com and go down to our programs and explore our programs, then actually, did I put that link back up there? Yeah, if you scroll down to the bottom of any one of those pages, you'll see the list of programs and appointments, and an intuitive business consultation is what will get you there. Okay. But yeah, those are the kind of things that I'll talk about there. And if I get more interest in it, then I might even consider offering a class and, teaching you all how to crack the code, how to develop the relationships and get the accesses that you need to get the money. So, there's that. Anything else we want to say about that? Okay. Yes. Okay. And so, let's see what the card says, and it's going to lead into the message. It says, I am willing to see I am willing to see my sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness. Okay. Yeah. I am willing to see my sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness. Yeah. So as I'm talking about, and this is what I'm hearing, this is not how I want to say it, but this is how I'm hearing how to get the money. Okay. How to get the money in contracting and consulting work. Again, how do you get the money is you got to show the impact. Okay. And the impact is kind of this gradual process. You don't just go to, this is what I can do, and this is how I can change things. It's like before you can get to that part, you've got to demonstrate that you understand what this organization is about, what they do, what their mission is, what they're really trying to accomplish, and where their focus is, okay? This energy of sameness with others, okay? This opens my awareness to oneness. It's like you've got to look for where you naturally align with this organization. This isn't trying to like be money hungry and trying to make, a circle fit into a square. It's not going to work that way, okay? It's like you've got to find where you are naturally aligned, okay? You got to find where you are naturally aligned. So you might have something really great to offer, but if they can't see where it helps them actually meet outcomes in their organization, it's not going to be valuable to them. You've got to position yourself in such a way that it is clearly demonstrated that what you have helps solve a problem for them. Okay? So, I'm going to stop right there. There's so much more to dive deeper into, but I want you to get the gist of the message. And I want you to let me know if this is content you want to continue to learn more about. You can put it in the comments. You can send me a private DM. I want to hear, is this content that you want to learn more about? Okay. But yeah, it's big energy around making sure that you know that what you have to offer actually aligns with their mission and vision and value system. Okay. Okay. Your mission, vision, and value system. And yeah, all of that is surmised in some statements that you can probably find on their website. Okay. This is all free game, kids. Write it down. Yeah, you can get all this information. It's very accessible on their company website to know what they're actually aiming to do. Okay, but there's some other strategies that I encourage also to help you refine that, because just because they put it on the website doesn't mean that's actually what they're focused on. I know, it's a strange thing. But, okay, everybody says yes. I love that. Okay, so I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. I mean, it's a natural direction of where we're going as we're leaning more into business conversations, teaching people how to leverage design. So it's a natural byproduct. So I will remember that and be intentional. But it's it's not that hard. Okay, you have to be strategic, but it's not something that's impossible to do. Okay, even for those of you who are really shy types and really unsure of yourself and have a hard time kind of asking for what you want in life, I even got some strategies for you too. So, and they work. And, I'll tell you they work because I've got the receipts. I've contracted the work. I've gotten the opportunities. So I know they work. Okay. So yeah, oneness. You've got to be aligned with what they're trying to do. Okay. And they can't be trying to have to figure it out. It's got to be very clear connections that help them to see where your product or your good or service helps them meet a need. Okay. I'm a co-sign all the shenanigans I'm here for. I love that. Yes, yes, and yes. I know a lot of entrepreneurs, consultants, current and aspiring would be very interested. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So you guys are in human design language. You're giving me something to respond to. And I love that for me because I'll be having all kind of shit in my head. Oh my God, I have so many programs and workshops and things that I've created. I'll be finding I've created full programs of things and not using Chat GPT. Like I've created these programs and they've just been sitting in the queue, just pining away in my little electronic file cabinets, just waiting to be born. And here we are. But okay. I think this is our last card actually. It says, I can forgive people quickly, release my resentment, and set myself free. I can forgive people quickly, release my resentment, and set myself free. What the hell does that have to do? Because one, I feel like some of these circle back conversations, I feel like some of these circle back conversations might be a little bit uncomfortable. Okay. And when I say circle back, if you're just joining the live, shout out to everybody that's up in here. But we've been talking about really stepping into your role as a change maker. And I know some of you don't look at yourselves as a change maker. You just think you have a certain way in which you do a thing and it works out great when you do it like you do it. But, you know, it's not nothing special. But it is actually. Okay, it's very special. And not because I have a fairy wand that's blessing it, but because intuitively this message is coming through and you hear it. And so it's for you to know that what you have to offer means something to people and it is special and it is worthy. It has value. Okay. And so, you know, in the pursuit of connecting with aligned opportunities, you know, that elevate you and lead you more to what you want, I feel like it's a season of needing to circle back to someone that maybe you've worked with prior. Okay. And it feels like somebody that maybe, and it might be a coworker, or it might be a boss or owner. Okay. Somebody that's an overseer, but it feels like it was maybe not your favorite connection. I'll say it like that. Okay. And maybe it wasn't your favorite connection. Maybe it wasn't the most fluid connection. Maybe there was some bumps in the road at the end of the connection or the last time you spoke or whatever. I don't know. But it's given like a little bit of a humble pie. Like you got to kind of circle back with a little bit more humility, and be willing to engage them in a conversation around wherever you see a common goal or wherever you see an opportunity to meet a need, or partner together. It feels like some kind of circle back to an old colleague or old coworker or something that leads to some kind of collaborative effort or some kind of opportunity. Okay. It's like for many of you, you can be thinking about how you can consult with your old job, probably doing the work that you were doing before. That's what's so interesting about consultancy is sometimes it starts to look like that. You know, if I wanted to consult back, go back to my old job and consult with them about doing some kind of specialized programming for student success, I'm probably sure I could, you know, gain some traction with that. Doing some workforce development or some career-related coaching using human design, I probably could gain some traction with that. Okay, maybe Spirit is giving me an idea. I have the 14th session with my first client today. Nice. So exciting. That's great. Still waiting on my something to respond to, but are you? But are you? But are you waiting? Because I feel like you already have the things, ma'am. I feel like the things, even as I just read that, that was my natural response. Like, but are you? I feel like the things are already in your face, Crystal. The things are already in your face. And if you can't find them, think about the things you're afraid to do, okay? 'Cause that's probably where you'll find it at. It's something that requires you to stretch out your comfort zone. So it'd be hard to find that stuff because we don't be wanting to necessarily do that hard, that much, or that fast. And yeah. So here's the thing. Ordinarily, this might have been a time or a moment where somebody might choose to book an intuitive reading, and I've kind of redirected how I'm using this intuitive energy. and not just frivolously doing it with people who are not serious about doing something with it. So the price point has changed, and that's on purpose. And so, to do an intuitive consultation is specific to building a business or a brand or some entity that you will be able to monetize. Okay. So it's not just, how do I feel about this or that? Da, da, da. Nope. It's like, are you ready to make a plan toward this or not? Are you ready to start actively working toward this or not? It's real transactional. It's real committed. You have to commit, okay? So I've discovered that this is probably a better route for me because while it may slow the traction with folks, folks just love booking a intuitive reading, right? It slows that traction down a little bit, but it also makes it more centered and focused. Folks are more serious about what they're doing and the information that they're going to get. They're more serious about it, and because they're investing in themselves so that they can get a return on their investment. So that's kind of how my situation is set up. So if you want to have a conversation, that's anybody in here who is trying to figure out their next step on the business front, figure out their next step in their career front, and do they want to go into entrepreneurship or any of the above, and what that might look like. It's nothing but a thing for us to get on a call, and literally in 30 minutes, I could probably give you a lot of clarity around what you are here to do and how you're here to get toward it, how you can get toward it. I mean, and that's not even trying to give that's not even like a lie. Between understanding your human design and intuitive reading, I can give you some real clarity around what it is that you probably want to focus your attention and energy on, and how to start building toward that. So if that's something that's of interest, let me know, or go to begreateveryday.com. And again, go down to the intuitive business consultation. All right. That adage where they say they have to spend money to make money. I really did not understand that for a long time. And then I went into business and I was like, oh, oh. Like if you want to learn the shortcuts and the tricks and the cheat code to stuff, you actually have to invest in that. Okay. Got it. Otherwise, you can take the time and spend the money and all the extra energy that it would take for you to have to figure all these things out over time on your own. And then how much money do you actually spend doing that? So, I don't think I want to pull any more cards. I think I feel complete with that, but I think I'll close on these messages here. The only reason why you're not able to make more money in exchange for what you know is that you don't ask for it. That's the only reason. And underneath that reason is that you don't believe you're worthy of it. So this might be a great call to action, at least for today, to sit with, why don't I feel like I'm deserving of said opportunity? You may be talking to yourself and say, well, I don't want to do that because I don't want to have to be responsible for this, that, or that. But also in that same conversation but it would allow me to do this, and this. But because I'm a little afraid to do this, and this, I'm not even going to look at it. Okay. So it might be a call to action, at least for today, to just kind of revisit what might it look like for you to, lean into consultancy. What information, what conversations, what transformation do you want to be able to propose to an organization that would give you an opportunity to work with them in exchange for what you got? Like they will pay you for what you know. Okay. I know you might be thinking, well, I don't know how anybody would pay me for what I know. I don't even know what I know. Well, let's talk, because I'm sure I can come to a conclusion about what it is that you're suited to talk about and how you can be impactful in it. Okay. And these are some of the things that we can uncover literally in your human design. It's not even a matter of my opinion. It's literally energetically what you're made to do. So these are some of the things that we can help you answer and respond to. You love this, Crystal. I love it too. I love it. I love this space so much. I love everything I get to do in life. I just love it so much. I love y'all. I love everything so much. I love everything so much. They be laughing at me because I just be free. I'm just being free, that's all. Okay, I'm really close to the camera. I'm going to back up. I'm going to sign off. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Of course, it's every weekday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. Morning messages with Alani. Maybe tomorrow I'll cut my hair and we'll get a new look. We'll see how that goes. It's giving woolly bully. I know, you're like, woolly bully. You've got all of a microscopic, inch, half, quarter inch of hair. But, anyways, it just is what it is. Okay, just Allie, we love it. We love you. I thank y'all for joining. I thank each and every one of y'all who choose to spend your time, your mornings with me. I hope I help your morning get off to a right start. Feel free to check out, of course, any of the old episodes. For those of you who take notes or get clips, if you repost stuff, tag me in it. I would love for you to tag me in it. I am just overwhelmed with so many things going on that I can't see any one thing through. Shout out to my manifesting generators out there. Shout out to my MGs out there. I'm a 5'1" MG. I got a lot of shit going on and a lot to bring to y'all. And God willing, I'll continue to just kind of slow drip it out. Y'all be patient with me as I figure out how to navigate all the things that it takes for me to deliver this platform on a larger scale. If you have anything, any tidbits, suggestions, anything that you think can make this experience even more valuable and meaningful, I welcome you all to share it with me. I am here to serve the people, okay? You're welcome, Najee. I appreciate you too, Angel. All right, y'all. I'm tapping out. Y'all go be good. Don't hurt nobody. And mind your business. Drink your water. Get your rest. Okay? Make sure you get your rest. Shout out to my projector friends out there. Get you a little nap today if you need to, if you're going hard in the paint. And let's do this again tomorrow. Okay? Same time, same place. I'll see you soon. And as I always say, life doesn't have to be perfect in order for you to be great every day, no matter what. You just have to make the choice. So choose to be great every day, y'all. No matter what. Peace.